Hey everybody, my name is Brendan Bayless, and I'm the Director of Community Engagement here at DCTV. I'm coming to you from DCTV Studios in Brookland. I'm excited to share a new season of a new show called Primetime at 8. 8 stands for 8 p.m. You can catch it every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right here on DCTV. Over the next 2 months, you can catch some of DC's best events.
In the work that Words Beats and Life does, all it takes is one person to recognize your talent, right? As a young person, to help keep you inspired and keep you hopeful regardless of where you come from.
Trends. And you might learn something about your favorite city along the way.
Having been raised here in Georgetown, this was a village. It was a black village.
DCTV presents 2 brand new series, Vegucation, starting May 7th.
We are 2 besties who are definitely obsessed with each other, and we are also obsessed with empowering you to become the CEO of your healthy lifestyle.
And Let's Eat with LBJ, starting on May 9th.
I have a question for you. What's for dinner?
I had a chance to catch up with the hosts of both of those shows, and I want to give you a little taste of those delectable conversations I had with each one. What's up, everybody? We are so excited to join Leah and Britt from Vegucation, which is the first show that we're premiering as part of Primetime at 8 on DCTV. You can catch it every Tuesday in May and June, starting May 7th. We're so pumped to have you. Britt and Leah, what's up?
Hey, Brendan. Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad you're here. I now have a chance to hear a little bit from you directly and introduce you to the DCTV audience. I'm sure they're excited to meet you. So let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about yourselves. How did you start on this plant-based journey?
So we met in the beauty pageant world. We were supposed to be competitions, but the Lord had other plans for us. We ended up becoming besties. And we just bonded over plant-based food. But here we are, and we're so happy to be here with you all on DCTV. We love that you picked Tuesday because people love tacos, and now they can have their tacos while they watch Vegucation.
So tell me a little bit about, what does that even mean? Like, what is plant-based?
For most people, plant-based, automatically they assume you're vegan, maybe you're vegetarian, maybe you're lacto-avo, which just means that you eat eggs, some dairy. So I think plant-based is open to interpretation. Not everyone would agree with me on that fact. Plant-based for me, I don't consume any animal products, but I do still wear some animals on my feet. So I'm not perfect. It's not a strict line. I just know, again, you choose what works for you. You choose what feels really good to you. And at the end of the day, we're all about progress, not perfection. So Britt kind of errs on the side of flexitarian, meaning she's primarily plant-based and she really focuses on plant eating. But at the end of the day, she does enjoy some fish and some other things occasionally, and that's okay too. At Vegucation, we are non-judgmental. You can show up exactly as you are, eating exactly what you do.
Amen.
Now that I can definitely get on board with that. I love this concept of flexitarian, Britt. But I have to know, because of that, what's your favorite cheat, if we can even call it that? Like, what's your sort of the thing you can't give up yet?
Fish is really, really hard. So like salmon, shrimp. I do still enjoy eggs. So I find those to be the things that I really struggle to give up. And I think I don't feel so bad about it because for the most part, it's much healthier than some of the other non-plant-based, right, options that you could have. And I like to think of myself as like a plant-based product that you get in the grocery store. You know, you go to the grocery store and you see the marketing, it says plant-based, and then you take it home and it's real cheese. It's like gotcha, that's me.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's the thing I couldn't give up. If y'all successfully convince me to go fully plant-based, the cheese thing for me is really tough. But that's the thing for me that would be the sticking point. Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to start a show. So you meet early on, you inspire each other, you're getting into this lifestyle, but what turns it into Vegucation?
I think for us, there's nothing like Vegucation anywhere. Now, plant-based lifestyle and plant-based eating, it's getting a lot of attention and you're seeing a lot more products, especially if, 5, 10, 15 years ago, you probably didn't hear even as many conversations about it. But what's really lacking is the approach that we take, and we're fun and we want to have fun with it. And we want folks to learn, but not feel like they are destroying the planet if they don't make, certain food choices. And so for us, it was really bringing all of this, education and all this information to folks in a really palatable, pun intended way.
We're trying to inspire people to, number one, eat real food, and number two, stop fearing food. And then just understand, what's happening within the body, talk about some health trends, while also, insulting each other, because that's what best friends do. And it makes it really, really enjoyable to watch.
If we're nothing else, we are authentically ourselves on and off camera.
I can attest to
Yes.
that. And that's why we love you. And I think our audience is going to love that about you as well. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you'll allow me, I think if we play a little game just to test that statement, we are besties. What I want to do is play a little game. Are y'all down with that? Can we do a little interactive segment here?
Yeah, let's do it.
We love games.
All right. So this is one that we are calling Peas and Love. It's a good one. It's topical, obviously, and y'all claim to be besties, and I want to test that. I want to see how well y'all know each other. So what I'm going to ask you to do is grab a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to give you each a question one at a time, but you're both going to answer it. One of you is going to know the real answer, and one of you is going to be guessing about the other person, and we'll see who knows each other best. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Oh, we're ready.
Let's do it.
You're witnessing this here live for the first time. Peas and Love on DCTV with Britt and Leah from Vegucation. Here we go. This one is for Leah. Okay. Leah happens to be a health coach. She has more than 18,000 followers on TikTok, and that makes you an influencer, Leah, and I hope you wear that title proudly. You have been viral a couple times. I think I said it was for Leah. This one is for Britt. So Britt, I need you to search your memory banks, and we'll see how much you've been following your bestie on her TikToks. What was the subject of some of her first viral TikToks that she was talking about? What was the subject for that? So write that down on the piece of paper that you have in front of you. Leah will be doing the same, and I can't wait to see what we come up with here. The subject of Leah's first viral TikToks was, are we ready?
Jesus, I hope I get this right.
3, 2, 1. Mold.
Wait,
Leah, what do you got? Oh. And okay, we have a long one.
Gut health, depression, anxiety. It wasn't mold.
It was not mold.
Wow. Well, tell me about that, Britt. What was the mold topic?
So Leah has been plant-based for a really long time, and she's also had some health challenges and started to realize that as great as the plant-based lifestyle is, it wasn't helping her core issues. And she eventually found out that she was suffering from mold toxicity. And so I thought she went viral, spreading the good gospel about mold, but apparently not.
You know what's funny? Our production team researched this one, and we looked back in your archives, and we found the mold toxicity one. So Leah, I want you to correct the record. You wrote down like 7 topics. Tell me what you were talking about in the early days.
Early days. So my first video that went viral was actually my number one tip to heal depression. I think it got like 300, 400,000 views. And that was to fix your gut. And the funny thing is my lashes were terrible. And so half of the comments was people blasting me about fix your lashes and then I'll fix my gut.
Did that make you a little bit depressed?
No, I actually handled it quite well. And I
good.
responded back to them and I was like, y'all are right. I need to fire this lady and get someone new. And I did. And see, they look beautiful today.
They do. They do. All right, here's one for.
Before we move on to the second question,
oh, yeah,
for the
yes,
record,
please.
I was right. It is mold. That is research shows, right?
Research shows. We agree, Britt. Whether Leah agrees with any of us is a question for another day. Britt, this one is for you. We're going to test you because in episode 103, which is the third episode folks are going to see on May 21st, during primetime at 8 on DCTV, you got Leah's birthday wrong. You did. So the question for you is, what is Leah's birthday? And Leah, I'm sure you don't actually have to write this down. I'm sure you know this one, but go ahead just for the camera, and we'll do it at the same time. We'll show your answers to the people out there, and let's just see who knows Leah's birthday. Whenever you're ready. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, well done, well done, well done. You have since learned it, but it's a blooper, but it made it in there. You will be able to see that live on DCTV. On the flip side, Leah, this question is for you. In that same episode, you got Britt's birthday wrong. So let's see if you have since learned it, all right? Please write down Britt's birthday. Britt, you do the same.
Leah, don't you break my heart today.
We'll see who knows. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Ready, go.
Go.
Hey, well done.
You got it.
You guys have learned a lot about each other since you first filmed this season of Education.
We've learned to be better friends and use calendars.
To be fair, we knew this before, but neither of us is our best on the spot all the time.
Well, you're proving that wrong right now because you're doing great on this one. I got one more for you. In the show, we think of Leah kind of as the food expert, the nutrition expert, and Britt, you're kind of the ask-spert, if you will, right? A great term that you made up. I love it. What is the best plant-based tip that Leah has taught you? And Leah, I want you to give what you think the best thing that you've taught her as well, and we'll see if it matches up. What's the best plant-based tip that Leah has bestowed upon you?
Oh, this is
and while
so
they write
hard.
those down, there's a lot of these coming up on this season of Education. So many good tips, so many good hints right here on DCTV. So if we have an answer, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
What did you say?
Okay. Fiber
Eat
is
more
king.
plants.
Fiber is king, and read your labels. Okay, that's a good one.
I said eat more plants because I really had no idea what she was going to say.
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
both kind of got it right.
Nothing wrong with any of those answers. I tried to tell you there was no wrong answers except for maybe the birthdays, but but yes, fiber is king. Eat more plants. Read your labels. The biggest thing you can do to cure depression is fix your gut. So many of these tips and more are woven into the show Vegucation right here on DCTV. You can catch it Tuesdays starting May 7th on Primetime at 8 p.m. This was awesome, guys. Britt, Leah, super appreciate your time, and thanks for jumping on here and sharing this information with us.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Another delicious show right here on Primetime on DCTV is Let's Eat with LBJ. And we're super excited to welcome Larry Brown Jr. of Let's Eat. What's up, Larry?
Hey, what's up, Brendan? Thanks for having me here. I'm so happy to be talking about the premiere of Let's Eat with LBJ. Finally. And viewers are going to be able to watch that starting May 9th. And you are a vegan home cook. You started at home, and you have your own fresh take
on staples here in DC like mumbo sauce, like half smokes. Even a bolognese, I hear, is coming up this season. So tell me about some of the recipes you're going to be making.
Well, you called it, Brendan. On Let's Eat with LBJ Season 1, we are going to dive 10 toes into the pool of plant-based cooking. And you get a chance to see me cook right here in my kitchen. And then I take the recipes that I make to the streets of DC to get real feedback from real people and really encourage you, the viewers, to have a chance to explore off of the menu into the plant-based side of things, a new energy in your body as you are exploring eating in a different way.
You make bold flavors, and that's a bold move to be that open about feedback about your food. What's the best feedback you've gotten so far?
Yeah, the best feedback I've got about the food is that it is delicious. You know, I make a mean macaroni and cheese that is a plant-based mac and cheese and a cast iron skillet with its warm, brown, bubbly on the top and all of the things. And so I think the biggest piece of feedback that I find most rewarding for me are for people who have been skeptical about tasting something, and they taste something that I've made that's plant-based, and they give me the reaction like, wait a minute, no. And it starts with the side eye. Once the side eye comes back full circle, they're giving you direct eye contact. The question comes, how did you do it? And I tell them it's done through the seasoning. And so I use that as the opportunity to really try to be the disciple of plant-based cooking and show people, hey, listen, here's what you need to do. It's all in how you season your food. If you know how to season your food, you can eat any kind of way that you'd like to eat.
That's the secret, is the seasoning. Tell me, how do you do it? What is your secret to the seasoning?
My secret to the seasoning is just go with your gut. If you're unfamiliar with the kitchen, there's something called salt and there's something called pepper. Required for everything that you eat, almost everything, even fruit. Yes, you can put salt and pepper on fruit. By the way, salt is delicious on pomegranate arrows. If you empty a pomegranate, put a little bit of salt, maybe a pinch of pepper. It's a wonderful flavor combination if you're into it. Just offering that up to y'all. If you know how to season your food, you can approach plant-based cooking with the idea that I can do this. And if you are used to seasoning it with the 5 things that you use those 5 things, taste as you cook, and enhance and adjust accordingly, and you will find success.
So what can you do? Give me an example of one of the recipes that you're going to be making this season.
Yeah, so I take quite a few DC recipes and put a plant-based twist on it. So you called it for it. There's mumbo sauce. I take tofu and we cook that tofu up like a chicken nugget and we drink some mumbo sauce on it. We dip and we enjoy the crunch and all the sensation that it brings as if you are enjoying it from a sit-down restaurant or carry out down the road from your home. We also will explore the life of the beloved half smoke. And I take a vegan sausage and I spice it up, and then we make a chili sauce to go atop it that will change your life. We also will experience the luxury of seafood with mushrooms as lobsters. We also will even have a sweet taste of things as I make a plant-based brownie with or without nuts for those that have allergies.
That's amazing. Brownies are hands down my favorite dessert, so I can't wait to see what you do with it.
Yep, save me the corner. You like the corner, you like the middle?
I'm a middle guy. I'm definitely the middle of the pan.
We could share a pan of brownies together. Thank you. I got the edge, you take the center. We're good.
That's amazing. So I love how you take those staple items from the menu and you put your own plant-based twist on it. So if it's all right with you, I want to test you a little bit here and see what you can come up with on the fly. Here's a little segment that we're going to call Have It Your Way, LBJ.
Yes.
This one this one is going to it's going to be exactly.
Right here. Whoosh, there it is.
We're going to ask you to share with us on the fly right here your take on these favorites. I'm going to give you a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner option, and I want to see what you can do with it. Is that cool?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm tapping my foot. I'm thinking. I already got my thinking cap on.
All right, here we go. One of my favorites for breakfast is the classic, right? Eggs, sausage, hash browns, smothered in gravy. How would you approach that from a plant-based perspective?
All right, egg, sausage, hash browns, smothered in gravy. Listen, what I would do is I'd throw in a biscuit there, and we'd make a vegan biscuit bring that vegan biscuit out, place it to the side, slice it in half. Then we'll take a vegan breakfast patty, sausage patty, whether it be Impossible or it could be Beyond. I prefer Beyond. We're only going for the texture here. We're going to make sure that we get some of those crispy bits from the skillet or the griddle there. Place that to the side. And in that same skillet or in that same griddle, we're going to add some of the Just Egg, slightly seasoned with salt and pepper. Remember, we're talking about the seasonings. We're going to season here. Probably take a little onion and make a cashew gravy with the onion. We'll cook that down in the same skillet after the eggs. Why are we using the same skillet? Because we're building flavor and going to be eating it together. So you want the things to work together. So that's part of the secret in your cooking. Once we're ready to go, we'll take maybe 2 or 3 small potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes, dice those up with some peppers and onions because they're unbreakable. And we put that together. You've got a little breakfast side with your breakfast potatoes, and then you've got that cashew gravy that you could ladle over those potatoes. Or if you'd be like me, you take the biscuit, the base of the biscuit, then you layer the base with the sausage patty. The sausage patty then becomes the egg goes on top of the sausage patty, and then you put that biscuit top there, and then just drench it all. Pick it up. You got a bite, and you got a fork bite, and then you need a little coffee and juice with that, and you've got breakfast, Brendan.
Oh man, that sounds so delicious. I cannot wait to try that tomorrow. You're making me breakfast, right?
Okay, all right, come on over. I got you. Bring the ingredients, I'll cook it up.
I love it, man. That sounds great. I'm gonna test you again here. That was fantastic, right on the fly. How about this one for lunch? What about like a meaty sandwich? I love going to get like a BLT or a club sandwich for lunch. What would you do there?
My favorite sandwich since childhood is a BLT. Just the other day, I made my $1 billion BLT. So I'll give you a recipe for that. And maybe I'll make it in season 2 if it makes the cut. But what you'll do is you'll get whatever your favorite vegan bacon is. Here is what you will do to make the magic of this sandwich. What you'll do is you take a little bit of liquid. I'll take some liquid smoke. I'll take some coconut aminos and a little bit of maple and black pepper. I'll let the vegan bacon hang out for about 10 minutes in a plate, just kind of gently marinating in all of what I just said there. Then we will take some sourdough. We'll toast the sourdough and take a little garlic and make a little garlic toast with the sourdough. Place that to the side. And then I will probably grab some spring mix. Take that spring mix along with a tomato. And I love onions. What you'll find out in Let's Eat with LBJ is I have a huge love for onions. It's my favorite vegetable since childhood. I recall running around, eating the onions, all of the things like that is my jam.
So versatile, right? What a useful vegetable.
It is. They are often the magic in a lot of what I make. And so what I will do is start layering that sandwich very similar to how we did that breakfast sandwich. And so we'll take the base layer of the sourdough, that garlic sourdough crust, and then we will add a little mayo, vegan mayo to that. Then under that, on top of that, we'll add the spring mix. On top of the spring mix, we'll go with the tomatoes. Now, the tomatoes, you got to put a little pinch of salt and pepper on your tomato because tomatoes must always be seasoned individually because that brings forth the sweet fruitiness of that tomato. And you want that to cut through that unctuous, fatty taste of that vegan bacon that we're going to put there. Now, here's the thing. $1 billion BLT. The flavor is unmatched. I promise you.
It sounds like it's worth every penny.
And you didn't even know I made that sandwich the other day, and you asked me that question. Like, it is, I want to go make it right now. It's delicious.
Amazing. And I want to eat it right now. This is the hardest topic to talk about because it's making me so hungry sitting here right now. All right, last one, a classic for dessert, just a slice of pie. I know you do brownies this season on the show, but what would you do with a slice of pie?
You know, with a slice of pie, I'm feeling a little different. I would one-up your slice of pie and deconstruct the slice of pie. And let's see. We're going to be airing when peach season is going to be starting. So let's go pick some peaches around in a neighboring town in Maryland, and we're going to make a vegan peach cobbler. We're going to take the peaches, we're going to make the syrup with the sugar as well as some maple. I'll probably put some ginger inside of that, macerate them down, cook them up, add a little cornstarch in there, and then find a shortcut and get a vegan dough, pastry dough, bring that in. Cut it into the desired shape that I want, make little dumplings, and then bake it up in a big pan in the oven, and then put some dumplings inside, and then take some of that dough and place at the top. cut a couple of holes in there, and put some sugar and more ginger on top, and we'll have a deconstructed ginger peach pie, cobbler style. Serve it up in a little ramekin, with a little Bellini on the side, maybe if you're feeling a little daring.
Okay, I'm feeling that.
It's a
Yeah.
little edgy, yeah, exactly. And I serve that up for dessert.
Man, that is a full day of good eating, Larry. It sounds like you really know your stuff, and I love that you're substituting, yes, right, but you're also bringing your own flavors to it. You're bringing your own style to it, and that's, I think, what people can expect from this season of Let's Eat with LBJ. You're doing a lot of that throughout the episodes this year.
We are. Well, I am the full season. I am substituting and not sacrificing. We're substituting the animal-based ingredients, but we're not sacrificing the joy that we get. We're not sacrificing flavor. We're not going to sacrifice the integrity of what our palate and what we desire as human beings, and that's really nourishment.
I love that. And you nourish me, Larry. Whenever I get a chance to talk to you, I feel more nourished and hungry for that matter. And on that note, I really appreciate your time. I think we both got to go get something to eat. So really appreciate it, Larry. And I'm really looking forward to watching you on Let's Eat with LBJ on Primetime starting on May 9th.
May 9th. See you there.
Man, that was fun. Thank you so much for joining those games to all of you. We are back with Larry from Let's Eat with LBJ and Britt and Leia from Vegucation, two of our flagship shows on Primetime at 8 on DCTV, which you can watch Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Really appreciate having all of you on this show to preview our season of Primetime. Larry, tell me a little bit, what's exciting about being a part of Primetime for you and Let's Eat?
This is an exciting adventure, an exciting journey together in collaboration with DCTV. DCTV prides itself on making meaningful media, and Let's Eat with LBJ is meaningful not just to me, and I hope that it's also meaningful to the viewers, where they will have the opportunity to try something new in their life. And there's so many different stressors that affect us. And one of the things we can control is what we put into our mouth. And what we put into our mouth should bring us joy, it should bring us energy, and it should make us feel good. And Primetime is going to be a chance from all the way through May and June this year. Primetime is going to land the plane and make you feel good.
That's awesome. I agree wholeheartedly, whole-foodedly with you, Larry.
I love that. Come on with the puns. Yes.
Leia, both of your shows talk about plant-based eating, the importance of eating healthy and finding ways to be nutritious and getting into routine. We've talked about that a little bit. What's the importance of that going forward? What are you hoping that your show and Larry's show and shows like this really teach the world?
I just hope that it inspires people to eat more varieties of food and plants, because, you know, the research and what we're seeing and everything that's related to gut health and overall health is the more diverse our gut microbiome is, right, is the healthier that we are going to be and the more foods that we can tolerate on a regular basis. We've gotten away from cooking and, you know, making food an experience. And we've really gotten into that availability, right? If it's quick, it's easy, and it's available, that's what I'm going to eat. And, you know, I just really want to inspire, as I'm sure Larry does too, and Britt, that food is supposed to be an experience, and, you know, you can love real whole foods, and you can just develop a completely different relationship with your food and stop the dieting. Yeah, and you just turn into a completely different human because of it. And I think Larry can be a testament, his story there. And also Brett and I, you know, both suffering from depression and, you know, not feeling great about ourselves and kind of wondering, like, how did we get here? So you can transform into a whole new vegetable human. And we love
that. I can't wait to try to become a vegetable human. Y'all are inspiring me. And speaking of humans, I only have to worry about myself. I don't have children, so if I eat healthy or if I don't, it's kind of just on me. But Larry, Britt, y'all both have kids. Tell me, why is it so meaningful to you personally in your own lives to not only live plant-based, but to teach that to a new generation?
Yeah, that's a great question because I think about when I was growing up and the food that we ate in my house, like I didn't question it, I didn't challenge it. It was just what we ate. And so I'm really proud to instill into my kids to be curious, to ask questions, to get involved in the kitchen. I have two sons, and it brings me a lot of joy that they want to step into the kitchen with me and help me make a plant-based pizza, or, what's this ingredient? And I've never tried this, star fruit before. And I just echo everything that Leah and Larry said about it being an experience and really instilling joy. And it's really important for me to do with my kids.
I agree with that, Britt. It's time to share. Many memories are made in kitchens or around food, and why not bring the new generation that we are responsible for, right? Like we have all of us as humans that pay bills, functioning humans have a responsibility to pave the road ahead for the world behind us. But as parents, we got that added responsibility because we're shepherding these children, these souls through their life until they're able to sustain themselves. And we are equipping them with tools that they can fall back on if they need to make those decisions and those determinations to make a change in their life. I would love for my entire household to be plant-based, but sometimes it's short order diner cooking in here where daddy's eating his food, the children have their food, and mommy has her food, and then we can sup together. But what I love about it is that being the example, modeling that behavior before them really makes it sparks that curiosity that Britt was just talking about. And I encourage you, if you are looking to do this and dive into it, watch our shows, see the information that Vegetation will give to you, look at the recipes that I'll share with you with Let's Eat with LBJ, and then try it at home. But bring your people, bring your friends, bring your children, bring them into your space so that you can have a chance to do the same thing and experience some of this joy we have.
I was just going to say, food is community, you guys. And so the quicker that we realize that, and we all want to be connected to people, just start cooking and the people will show.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Just start cooking. Get plant curious. And the best way to do that is to watch Primetime on DCTV. Let's Eat with Larry, LBJ, Vegetation. You can catch that starting May 7th right here on DCTV at 8 p.m. I'm convinced. I think I am now officially plant curious, and I'm headed real fast toward being plant committed, and it's all because of the education and the tips that you're sharing. So Larry, Britt, Leah, really appreciate that. Thanks so much for all of the education and the vegecation and these exciting tips you're sharing with us.
You're welcome, Brendan. We'll see y'all online. See you on the air.
Thank you.
See you on the air.
And we've got even more cool segments to share with you this season of Primetime. Get to know some up-and-coming musicians right here in DC with music on the move. Did you miss the chance to see the cherry blossoms this year? They bloomed at their second earliest peak ever. Find out more about one of the district's most beautiful seasonal landmarks. Music legends, artists, and hip-hop heads came to downtown DC to enjoy the Words, Beats, and Life Festival, and we were there to capture the sights and sounds. And put your DC knowledge to the test. Did you know Georgetown was once home to a thriving black community on and around P Street Northwest? Learn what one case of gentrification tells us about the future of other DC neighborhoods. These DCTV originals are all part of our mission to tell stories that matter, that help our communities thrive. Catch Primetime at 8, right here on DCTV, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. You can also catch us on YouTube at Your DCTV and online 24/7 at dctv.com/live. And we want to be your friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all your social media accounts at Your DCTV. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, or whatever it's called these days, and you can stay up to date with all the latest happenings at DCTV. We want to hear from you. Tell us your favorite moment of Primetime each week, and don't forget to tag us at Your DCTV. I'm pumped to watch with you. See you Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. right here on DCTV.